Hi, it's Ash. Welcome to my growing YouTube community of fellow runners that are wanting to look after our bodies so that we can run for longer, we can stay injury free, and we can ultimately run better. I've got these things in my hand because we're going to need to use something like this. So something like a yoga block or a step or a cushion that you can elevate your toes. And then if you're not sure if you can get into a deep squat or not, you might need something like a wedge if you've got one. If you haven't got a wedge, use a blanket or again a cushion. I'll show you what we're going to do with that. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through every area of your body. I'm going to start with the block or the cushion, elevate the balls of the feet, so the balls of the feet onto the edge of the block or the cushion. I'm going to hands to the hips, we're going to straighten that right leg. So I forgot to tell you, it was the right foot. So I did the right foot. So let's do the right foot and then let's step the left foot wherever feels like a really good stretch for that calf muscle. We've got to allow a little bit of leeway because we're going to pulse with it. Again, dynamic pulsing is the best way to reset the muscles. So find the right amount of intensity. The higher up that left foot goes, the more intense it is. The further back it goes, the less intense. So find the right amount for you. Don't judge your body against me. Don't follow me blindly. And then up nice and tall, and then just pulse the hips forwards, feel that extra little bit of intense stretch, then release the hips back. Push the hips forwards, release the hips back. And as we just continue to pulse with that now, okay, make sure everything feels soft, relax the shoulders, relax the jaw, let the breathing be nice and easy, just continue to pulse forwards and backwards, finding a nice stretch into the calf muscles as I talk to you. The calf muscles take such a beating, such a battering, such a pounding from running. Every single time we come through mid-stance, so when we're standing on one foot, on one leg and one foot, that calf muscle is doing so much work to stabilize, but then also to push off as well, so to create what's called plantar flexion of the foot, which is pushing the toes down as you push off. So the calf muscle needs a good stretch, it needs mobility, it needs suppleness, it needs to stay healthy, those tissues, to perform optimally. So we're going to come out of that and then just feel the difference between the right and the left calves. Have a little wiggle, and then we're going to go left toes, left balls of the feet, into the so the knuckly part of the foot. Some people, I said that before, and there was like the balls of the feet, the knuckly part of the foot, and then walk the right foot again, finding the right amount of intensity. The higher up it goes, the more intense. The further back it is, the less intense. Don't just think you'll go the same side because both sides might feel different. Then pulse the hips forward, release the hips, pulse the hips forward, release the hips. Do that with your breathing if you can. Trying to slow the breathing down. So if we can, nasal breathing is the best for optimal gas exchange in the lungs. We get the optimal oxygen release, which helps obviously recovery. So if we can, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose, but let the exhales be slightly longer. That's going to encourage the brain to send relaxing signals through the body. And then we're really starting that nice recovery. Okay, and then just stepping out of that now, and again, just feel the difference. Take the block away, we're done with that, and have a little nice wiggle. We're going to work into the shoulders because obviously as we're running, they can get a little bit tense. Our day-to-day, if we're laptoping or gadgeting a lot, they can get tense. So we're going to open them out, but also give them a good stretch. So what we're going to do, interlace your fingers behind your back with the thumbs pointing down. So as we go through this might start to feel quite tense for you. Feet underneath your hips, keep the knees bent. Don't go any further if your body says, I don't want to go any further. It's as simple as that. Don't judge your body against my body. Push your hands off the lower back like this and really push the hands backwards. Push the shoulders backwards as you push the chest forward. So you should start to feel a stretch already. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, start to bring the head down. Send the hips backwards. If we go here and this starts to feel way too intense, if you're like, no, that's too much, just come back up to standing and come here and just work here. But if you feel like you could bring the head down wherever that head wants to go, and then start to let the hands rest over the top of the head and just get a really gentle little pulse. Think about letting your head bounce slowly down as the fingers and the palms of the hands stretch that little bit further forwards as well. Then release the head up, release the hands slightly, and just think about going deep into the stretch. We want a slight bend in the knees. We will be getting a little bit of a stretch in the calves and the hamstrings, but we want to focus more on the upper body, so more on the shoulders and the arms. Keep breathing as you do this. If you get dizzy or lightheaded at any point,
Come slowly back up to standing. Okay, nearly there. Okay, and then just release the hands to the floor and then slowly start to just kind of peel yourself up, wiggle up nice and slowly. Just have a little bit of a growl or a yawn or a sigh. Sighing's really nice to release some of that stress, that tension, that intensity. If you're like me and you're sweating after that run, you need to breathe and bring it back in balance. So this is where we use the wedge or the block, or not the block, the wedge or the blanket to elevate the heels if you can't sit into deep squat. So take the feet as wide as the hips. If you're okay in deep squat, you don't need to obviously use one of these. Elevate the heels and then slowly bring it down into deep squat with the hands on the front. Again, create a higher wedge for the heels if you need to get there, into this position. So if you feel like you could go into deep squat quite comfortably, obviously we don't need the block, so that's just a nice little support for those people that need that support. So wherever you are, on the wedge, the blanket, or in here, we're just gonna have a little bit of a play about. And this is such a nourishing position for the ankle. Look at the position of the ankle, it's already in a dorsiflex position, so that means the toes are pointing up towards the shin. Going to the knee's getting all that nice compression, the squishing, they're getting all the massaging into the tendons, into the cartilage, and right into the hips, you're getting all, again, that massage. So just move with this left, right, forwards, backwards. Just explore what feels good. Just explore any little tight spots that need a little bit of working into that hip there. Need a little bit of working into this ankle and Achilles area here. So just whatever you feel the need to do, just explore and breathe. Relax the shoulders. Maybe you could bring the hands into namaste, into your heart. I was thinking about two things at once there, and it pushed the other one out of my brain. And then press the elbows into the knees and open up. Lift the spine up nice and tall. So really important that you keep the abs slightly engaged, lifting up through the spine nice and tall. Keep breathing as you move left and right. Nice, easy movement, but again, so nourishing for those legs. So from the hips all the way down through to the toes, they're getting that squishing, they're getting that massaging. Breathe as you do this. So this is known as an ancestral resting position. So we have rested, humans have rested in this position since the dawn of time, since humans was on this planet. So it's such a nice, healthy position to be in. It's also good for your lower back. Okay, if you've come out of it a few times because it's been quite intense, that's absolutely fine. Again, it's something that gives you an insight of maybe you need to keep working on this to progress. We're going to bring your hands forwards now. I'm going to come onto your hands and knees and just have a little bit of a wiggle. Feel all of that work that we've just done. We're going to take the knees backwards a little bit, and then we're going to rock the hips into the heels. And as we come up, we're going to step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. And let the hips sink down to the floor. So if you need to take that back knee further to get the hips down to find a stretch in the hip flexors, which is at the top of the thighs, at the front of the hip, which do hip flexion, which brings the knee up towards the chest as we run. Let's do that. So this could be enough for you. You could just move and massage here. So you could carry on just doing that. Or if you feel like you've got more, you could bring the right foot up towards the right hip and then open up through the chest as you look up to the sky and pull that hip towards the heel. The heel towards the hip, even. So just try and find relaxation in the shoulders. Make sure you breathe in. And again, if this is too intense, you can just be with the foot on the floor, massage it into it. So there's lots of layers to this. Keep breathing. A little bit of a pulse through the foot to keep that massage. Gently pushing the hip towards the heel. One more nice breath in. And as you breathe out, just release that foot and step that left foot backwards. And just have a feel of the difference. Rest the hips towards the heels. As we come forward, stepping the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Again, take the back knee back. Maybe let the hips sink down and massage with this. If this is good for you, stay here. If you know that you can't go any further, your body's saying this is tight, this is good, stay here. If you could bring that foot and go a little bit deeper. Bring the left foot up into the right hand. Open up the chest and the head towards the sky. Keep breathing. A little bit of a pulse with the foot. Massage the hip flexors at the top of the hip. Keep everything nice and easy. Resetting the impulses in the brain.
the body, which helps relaxation, helps your recovery. But also the breathing helps your recovery as well. Really important to get oxygen back into those muscles. So slowly release that left foot. Then we're going to come onto your bum. We're going to work one more time into the body. Really important area, the glute area, which creates and generates power and absorbs the shock. We're going to straighten the right leg, left ankle area onto the right thigh, and pull the right foot up towards the hip. Now, the closer you pull this right foot up, the higher the intensity. So the further away, the lower in the intensity. Find the right amount for this left hip, and then just go left and right with that. Keep the shoulders nice and easy. Again, suppleness. Just continue to move left and right, massaging, resetting the body. And if you're thinking about really easy, simple ways of how you could support my channel, you could press like on the video at the end of it. You could leave a comment, and if you're not sure what to comment, just put thanks for the video, Ash. You could share it with a friend, a fellow running friend that's going to get benefit from this post-run recovery, and then you could subscribe to the channel. So we're going to straighten the right leg, take the left foot off, just feel the difference. Have a little bit of a bounce and a wiggle, reset. Bring the right ankle area onto the left squishy thigh area. The higher we bring this left foot up to the hip, the more intense it is. So the further we go, the slightly easier it is. So find the right amount for you, and then go left and right with the hips, with the foot, and massage into the hips, and into the glutes. So those are ways that you can support my channel for free. I create this nice free content for you. I help you on your journey. Let's go on this journey together. Let's create a good big community of fellow runners. We're getting closer to the 2,000 subscriber mark now, which is really cool. So it would be great if you could help get this channel to the 2,000 subscriber mark by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing with a friend. Sharing is a great way to boost the channel, so I do appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, and then just straighten the left leg, bring the right leg out, have a little bit of a wiggle, and again just feel all of the work that we've just done in that post-run stretch. You should feel a lot better. You should feel nicer, you should feel more relaxed, you should be ready for the rest of the day. Make sure you get your recovery fueling in now, so your hydration, and replenish your energy stores. And thank you for following along with me. Don't forget to share with a fellow running friend.